We are live. Testing. We are live for Silverstone. Oof. We are live for Silverstone. I've got everything working, I think, hopefully. Welcome everyone in chat. It's been pretty manic. Welcome Dark Cloud as well. Rejoining the membership. Or upgrading. Thank you so much. Hope you see you in the chat. Chiro as well. Snow Day Paint Jobs. Flacker in the house. Martin Harmson. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Two funkies in there. Two funky monkeys in the house. Welcome Matt. Welcome Janus. Welcome Appstav as well. Yeah, thanks for the updates, Chaya. Why is Charles Leclerc in his pit box? That doesn't look particularly good. That's really not good. That's surely very bad for Charles Leclerc. I'm seeing images of Charles Leclerc being pushed back into his pit box. And I think about this time, the cars are meant to be getting their grid slots on the grid. And if you miss that, then yeah, it's not very good at all. Should have the usual timings up in a little bit. We'll get that back on. Welcome, Flatka. We are live. It's been pretty crazy. I was actually at Silverstone yesterday. I may as well get the stream lights on, which was incredible. Like, I had the best time at Silverstone today. I still hate getting to and from Silverstone. Like, for the Formula One, it's record crowds this weekend. It's going to be the most viewed, like, attended Grand Prix I think ever in history. Like, over the weekend, and it was crazy busy yesterday. But Silverstone and the surrounding areas are just not built to get that many people in and out. But also, it was worth it. Massively worth it, I'd say. Yeah, Leclerc was driving out on track, but I've just seen images of Charles Leclerc actually being pushed back into his grid slot. And considering he qualified P2 yesterday, sensationally, given George Russell's in 4th. So I was very lucky yesterday. I got to see the sprint race in terms of the F1 stuff. I saw the other stuff as well, but sprint race and the qualifying. And in the sprint race, Lando was looking pretty good, pretty racy. But in qualifying, the McLaren's really struggling. Verstappen really struggling. Hadjar was looking pretty good in qualifying. The cars are very quiet. I shot a lot of content. But given I got back so late yesterday and I've stuff to do today, I'll be later. I'll start getting that content out. Yeah, Hadjar was doing well yesterday. And to be fair, Lindblad and Lawson, I think, were looking pretty good at times as well, as they have done recently. Yeah, I was sat at the end of the Wellington Straight. So, looks like it's paused at the moment, but if you see where Bottas is going through, I could see all of that. I saw George Russell go off in qualifying. Very, very, very lucky with George Russell. Hitting the barrier there. Throwing up a load of smoke. So I saw all of that. And oh, the Ferrari wing is insane. To see the wing move like that is just crazy. Got some nice slow-mo of that. The Audis sound probably the best. Out of all the cars, I say the Audis sound the best. And maybe the most notable. Lando said today they're not taking anything to win. How can you say that starting from P6? Unless they've got some mad race setup. Do you talk about your experience of saying, yes, I was invited by YouTube. I've been hoping that maybe something would happen about British Grand Prix. And then YouTube did invite me, so they invited me. They invited Matt P1 Tommy. Matt and Tommy, surname P1. They invited a guy called FP1 Will, who I spent a load of time with. Actually I've shot a video with him, just we talk about Formula 1. And Pieface, the big man himself. If anyone doesn't know who Pieface is, Pieface is a big YouTuber. So it was quite low key, but it was awesome. I took my big camera set my big lens. And I was just this morning looking at some of it, and it's just so good. It's just so good. I like seeing Formula 1 cars. I think because I do a lot of sim racing on different types of car, I can always appreciate the highest level of motorsport. How they corner, how they brake, how they go wheel to wheel, the aerodynamics, the active aero. So it's always going to be interesting for me to see F1 cars driving in real life, because it is the ultimate version of what I do, basically. No, it's called the Legends Club. I bought my lanyard. We had the Legends Club, and it was a little balcony, and it really wasn't very busy at all. Like I don't think they invited a lot of people, which was great. And they didn't ask for any content or anything. They said you guys just wanted to celebrate you guys, which was awesome. Who's winning? I mean, I have to say, when the sprint race started yesterday and Hamilton's in the lead and getting a little bit of a gap, I was thinking, am I going to see Lewis Hamilton win at Silverstone? But Kimi came through and looked comfortable. It looked like battery's just massive here. So I'd have to go Kimi. We also spoke a few streams ago. I was like, it's funny that I don't really have like a burning desire to go and see Formula 1 in person. If I kind of think about everything yesterday, and it's still so raw because I've barely got back, I still think, honestly, all of the hassle of getting to, from, in, around a circuit, there's so much hassle. That what we do here is just a better experience in a lot of ways. But there is nothing like going and, physically seeing how fast the cars corner. And also seeing all the sport races like F1 Academy and F2, and again, seeing how faster the Formula 1 cars are in comparison. So I think it's probably changed my mind a little bit on the importance of F1 really being always the fastest. Because before I've been like, oh, okay, well, as long as there's wheel-to-wheel racing. But actually, so many championships have great wheel-to-wheel racing. I think Formula 1 needs to be the fastest. And it needs to be visibly the fastest. And it needs to be audibly the fastest. And maybe that's where it's lacking at the moment. It doesn't sound audibly the fastest. Liam Lawson looking super relaxed. But I think Lawson had a good day yesterday. Data-wise, are you providing anything on screen? So they have big screens pretty much everywhere at Silverstone, which I found a little bit annoying because they have commentary on all the time. And I like it when you can get lost in the ambience of Formula 1. But yeah, you definitely not... It's not like you turn up and there's no screens. It's not like Monaco where you can very easily be away from a screen. Sky interviewing all the celebrities on the grids. And I went to the fan zone as well. Spoke to a load of fans. It's pretty cool. They have a massive concert, which I've always been really cynical about. Like, why do you need a massive concert at Formula 1? Like, but then there's so much camping at Silverstone, and because I parked my car so far away, I had to walk through all the campsites and everything. And then you're like, oh, I get it. You watch the racing, you go back to your campsite, and then you come out for the night out. You go back to your campsite, you sleep, you wake up at like dawn, and then you're ready for race day. Like, that makes complete and total sense for me. So that was interesting to see. What's going on with, is it Oscar Piastri's McLaren? What time will it start, Aki? It will start in 25 minutes. Yeah, top of the hour. Unless you're in India, I think. Don't India do half hours? Appstev, I read earlier that Aston might get some F1 races. Is Aston where they just had the MotoGP? Because that looked really exciting. But why would you go Aston into the Zandvoort? Oh, this is a problem. What's the Dutch live blog saying on that? If the Dutch live blog's over it, then I can imagine it. Welcome, Epic Adventures. Thank you very much. Yeah, I hope it doesn't come across like. But I've been pretty consistent over the years, which is watching Formula 1 at home is just a really nice experience. And it is not like a football match where you sit there and you can see the whole game. You see the cars come round, and then you see 20 seconds, and then you see the Astons come round, and then you're like looking at the screens, and it's something that we spoke about this a lot actually a couple weeks ago, because I remember I was saying between F1 and MotoGP, I feel like MotoGP is more like a general day out where you go with your mates, you're just chatting all the time, whereas F1's a bit more focused, like lean forward. But I think you have to make it more of a day of it. Like even when I was walking back yesterday, they were just playing the F1 movie, like on all the screens. So people were just like sitting down watching F1 movies. It's just like a cool thing. Massive track there. A friend of mine went there to see MotoGP not even 3 weeks ago. I think it was last week in Aston. I think Aston was last week. Because didn't Bez fall off last corner? Funky says the bikers won't like F1 cars driving around in Aston because it will take it away from being a it will take it away from being like a bike circuit. I don't really. Well, I mean, you're not going to do Zandvoort and Aston. You're going to rotate. And Zandvoort's given us some great races, so not sure about that one. I mean, I could see in the future the way F1's developing. So many tracks want a piece of it. Like, I don't think it would work in the UK. But if you remember, like, I'm gonna say a few years ago, it's probably like 15 years ago, Silverstone did get dropped for Donington. Like that did happen. But then the BRDC like got it back together and kept Silverstone back on. They've invested loads of money, and there could have been some, a lot of that going around. People putting pressure on. But I could see it like you do 4 years at Silverstone, and then you have like a fallow year at Silverstone. You do 1 year at Brands or something. That would be really cool. Plus, there could be added backlash of people living in West Netherlands. Is Assen more on the east side, more to Germany and stuff? The British celebrities are all very well media trained to make sure they get their very good spirits on the grid walk. Funk says more like ruining the smooth track. Well, I remember MotoGP at Silverstone probably about 8 years ago. Again, maybe more now. Do you remember they resurfaced Silverstone basically for the F1? And then the bikes came there, it rained, and the racing did not happen. Like, it was a real scandal. Because the new tarmac just is too slippery for the bikes basically in the wet. It wasn't draining. It's kind of crazy. But yeah, I've no issues. I'd very much think rather be doing it this way around. Go there on Saturday and be here for the race. I can follow it. Some dude's getting a selfie of Croftinho. Oh, Aston's in the northeast. Okay. Nigel Mansell got a Bentley hat. Is he there with Bentley? The thing is about Silverstone can handle like loads of people there. Like it has tons of capacity there. It's just the getting in and out. They need a train. They need a train. Somehow there should be a train stop at Silverstone. And it's just fields all around it, like it shouldn't be a problem. Get it done. Get it done. Or they literally put a massive runway, or so you fly out of Silverstone, you fly to like Heathrow and other airports. That could be it in the future. Grid is absolutely packed, by the way. Everyone and anyone is there. I love that they nicknamed the train going to Zandvoort last year the Max Express. Very nice. Mo Farah is on the grid along with Lando's dad, looking super cool. Mo Farah's got a Hamilton shirt on. Gary, I don't think I'd have the patience to watch an F1 race Silverstone. In what way? Because it's a long lap, or? Oh, I may be able to get standing that. Bear with me. Bear with me a second. Let's see. Bosh.
Okay, crack on.
Yeah, I was there with Matt and P1 Tom yesterday. It's interesting to see how they produce their stuff. They did something, well, what the hell was that? I pressed some button there that I don't know what I pressed. That's a button that I didn't even know existed. Yeah, I like the setup we did for Austria. Ah!
Full concentration, anything can happen still.
Ah, it's like it's getting there. It's getting there. It's getting there. Do we move Silverstone around? Is that risky? Or is that like not the done thing? Ah, we're gonna do it. You know what? If I actually maximize the space, look at that. We're good. We're there, right? We're there. Welcome, BTR Esports. Ferrari blocking cameras. Oh, I tell you, I think I said it already. Seeing that rear wing in action is so cool. What's the weather next 3 hours? Well, it is Silverstone, but I don't think it's going to rain. I don't think it's going to rain. Too many people. It is a lot of people at Silverstone. British Anthem. Is British Anthem a banger? Is it a banger or not? Clarkson there. He's recovered. Xavier, I thought you were going to all 3 days. No, just yesterday. Just Saturday. Thanks, Becca. Yeah, we are also 140k, which is massive. And yeah, Silverstone did used to be an airfield. You can kind of make it out even for on the track map, I think. Gary, I'd like to see Spa live these days, but I'd be too afraid of a red flag due to rain. It's interesting that's a real concern. I mean, it makes sense. If you book everything, which begs the question, like, should they just have, better tyres so they can run in those conditions, or are these cars going to be a lot better with the spray? Oh, nice. We're on Channel 4 as well. Very, very, very nice. Get the visuals up as well. Get them synced. Welcome again. Yesterday was like a 10% chance of rain. Yesterday I just went Silverstone in a t-shirt. I went t-shirt and shorts. I did not take anything else. It's probably the riskiest thing I've ever done. Like with the way where they can go Silverstone. So you never quite know. Honestly, you never quite know in that part of the world. One to Max. Just really bad qualifying for Max. Very bad qualifying. No, sorry, I took a backpack as well. I took a backpack because I took my big camera. My big lens. Welcome Sasha Lennox as well. But let's do, let's do a nation share. Now we've got everything back up. Let's do a nation share. Let me know. Welcome Simba at London Excel. You're too early for the Formula E Prix. You're too early for the London E Prix, Simba. Right, Netherlands in the house. Welcome Carlo as well. Yeah, now we've got the likes up as well. Let me know where in the world you're watching from, please. Carlo is watching from Germany. That like is coming from Germany. Derby. You're not too far away in Derby. Blacker from Croatia, XYZ from India, Funky from Netherlands, Ivan, Kireth, I just want to say you were underrated content creator. Thank you for Tyrants, Ivan, I appreciate it. So underrated, I said your name wrong. Welcome Susie K as well, £5. Looking forward to stream. Please do clap that up in the chat, everyone. Very much appreciated. I do the big pink waving hand. Please do clap that donation up as we do. Oh my goodness, I've seen the Lando stand. Is pretty crazy. Appstav is basically at Aston. Has Oliver Behrman got some? I thought he had some. What's that drink that South Americans have? I thought he had that, but I think it's just like a water with a straw. Oh no, he's having a protein powder or something. He's getting some straight powder. Look at the claps coming in there. Love to see it. Welcome Cheneweezy. Is that DR Congo? Gary from England. Juana de la Calle from Colombia. Your name is a UK plate. Okay, there we go. Is that actually your plate? To see watching from Vancouver. Very nice. And Ivana. Is it Ivana Renz or Ivan Arons? Thanks so much earlier from South Africa. Electrolytes. Oh, he's getting the electrolytes in. Oh, Sasha with the €6 as well. Thank you so much, Sasha. I appreciate it. I'm going to get a different clap in. Please, everyone, clap that up as well. Very, very, very generous. Very much appreciated. It's a crazy weekend for me. Like, there's police on the grid. There's literally police on the grid. Why is there policemen? I've never seen... Well, I've never seen police in, like, police unit wearing police hats on the grid. Someone being arrested. Ivan Arons, pronounce Aruns. Ivan Aruns. Okay, we got it now. Did we get there? BCR saw a black country flag on the fence earlier. There'll be all sorts of flags. Carlo's a Luxembourger living in Germany. Have there been any... there's never been an F1 driver from Luxembourg, right? Yeah, let's see if there are any disruptions. I was there in Berlin in Formula E when the climate change protesters protested the Formula E race. Jumped onto the track.
Focus on the race ahead.
Ray Bow from South Florida. It's a very motorsport part of the world as well. Okay, we're just 10 minutes away now. We're just 10 minutes away. It's one issue. I have been there. So I'm assuming Leclerc's on the grid because I haven't seen anything to indicate otherwise. But he was having a tough race yesterday from what I could see. The cars, it does feel like the cars can go side by side more. But I noticed recharge, like in the stands, I couldn't hear it. I was interested to see if I could hear it. I couldn't hear it. But I could notice, like, yeah, battery management. There was one in particular, I think it was Verstappen and Russell. That was almost a massive crash. Do we think Lewis beats Charles again? I think yes. I'm not even... The fact that Charles is starting ahead, I don't think matters. I think Lewis... Imagine they crash out, though. What time will they be starting racing? 9 minutes. 9 minutes to go. As Shai says, the VIPs are leaving the grid. So we are getting there for Silverstone. 52 laps Silverstone. It's quite a long lap. But when you look at it, there's not a lot of braking zones. In fact, I don't think you brake now. You know what? I heard someone say there's a big period where you don't brake, and I wonder if once you brake for turn 7, I wonder if you don't even brake until turn 16. Because you're not braking for cops. I mean, in every other type of car, basically, I'm braking. I'm braking in hypercars for cops, I'm pretty sure. So, but in F1, you're not braking for cops. You're not braking for maggots and Beckett's and everything. Because you're travelling so fast, like when you lift off, you get... That's your brake, basically, from an aero perspective. And then are they braking for stow? I'm not even sure they're braking for stow. I'm not even sure. But let me know your thoughts on that. So Karun Chandok's doing an advert for Audi. Audi's flying lap. Does that mean he... What happens when he is analysing Audi? Silverstone. A track I have driven. I mean, going to Silverstone is very nice at any other time other than F1. I've even been there for MotoGP. That wasn't bad. Welcome, Mahidi Hassan. And Chai is munching on some pulled pork bao buns. Welcome, Smart Burst. You know what? I want to hear what everyone's munching on. Let me know what you're eating. Because I haven't eaten today. Don't tell me Sky have done some collaboration with the new Christopher Nolan movie, and it's some mad promo with Matt Damon. Don't tell me. Surely this isn't some mad promo on like how F1 drives like the modern gladiators. Ah, Sky have spammed that crash again. Got them in trouble. No, I'm gonna go snack free. I can't. These races go very quickly for me generally. Mahidi baked potato, big fan. Thank you very much. Hajar behead. You're so surprised he's behead of Verstappen. Gary's got southern fried chicken and potato. See, I would never go for that, Gary. If I'm going to go to Greg's, I'm going to get the sausage roll all day long. Maybe a chicken bake. I don't even go near the fridge. I don't go anywhere near the fridge. I'm just straight at counter. What's your prediction for today's race? I think Kimi's going to win it. I think Kimi's going to win. I'm going to go for Kimi. I still don't know if it's a mad promo. It's like Matt Damon's like speaking, doesn't know where the camera is. Oh, you also got 3 sausage rolls. Okay, there we go. You didn't mention that at the beginning. Okay, so we are just 4 minutes away. Yeah, the Austrian, I enjoyed the Austrian Grand Prix stream actually. But this is Silverstone, this is my home GP. I was literally there yesterday, so I feel very connected with it. I can't wait later, I'll go through all the footage. That shot. Should be a lot of fun. The Astons are so bad, by the way. The Aston Martin's just absolutely atrocious. Anytime Fernando Alonso is actually battling up there, the guy Well, he was getting podiums for Aston, that's the thing. Welcome, Nicholas Gint. Hi from Bangkok, but from UK Northants. So you're Silverstone local then? See, risk of rain, it's saying, is 0%. I didn't see the Lego race. I didn't see a Lego race. Yeah, 0% chance of rain, we're thinking. But at Silverstone, I just always put it 1% just to cover yourself. If you're the weather person who said, oh yeah, 0%, and then it does rain, if you just said 1%, you're like, oh, it does happen sometimes. Yes, used to love this weekend. It took me ages, honestly, it took me years to understand the new Silverstone layout. I can confidently say now, I know the new Silverstone layout like inside out. Like I could blindly drive it. And I have driven it. But for years I couldn't get out of the old Silverstone layout. Welcome SizeX. Good to see you again. Alfonso won the Lego race. See, he still got it. Man still got it there. Maybe Aston Martin should swap out their car here. Some new liveries out. The Cadillac livery looked really good. It's got like US flag on it. And the McLaren livery is very unusual. It's not running papaya. I don't think there's... It doesn't feel like there's any papaya on it, from what I could see. Just like white and black. Welcome, Blue Coat. I think Vlatka shared the race. Please do, by the way, share the stream. I'm going to retweet this. Repost it. Please do share the stream. There should be a share button underneath. Share it with your mates. It sounds like if you're in the UK, you can get the visuals up on Channel 4. Sasha's Viaplay have the rights to Netherlands stream the race, but Videoland. I heard Viaplay's been bought out. Isn't it a big change in Netherlands? And Mahidi agrees that the Aston Martin Lego car was much more competitive. Gary needs the red and silver McLaren back. Or the chrome. Been sent a video, which is quite risky. Some gear. Welcome, Sighted Canvas. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Yeah, as Funk says, don't be afraid to join in. In fact, if you want to join in, just let us know who do you think is going to win the race. There's Walmid. I thought it sent me a video, but I don't know if that's something that we might pick up. Future trip coming with Walmid to the Far East. You've seen us go to Vegas. Well, we have a trip planned to go to the Far East. In fact, after this, and we also may be at Goodwood. Welcome, Linnea Hermanson. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Gage Empire says hammer time. Sizex going Kimi to win. Nicholas going Kimi to win. Welcome, Lander Vestige. Lander Vestige, they were saying 0% chance of rain, which I think very risky at Silverstone. It's very risky. I was going to put the video up. Yeah, mechanics leaving the grid. Has anyone got visuals also for the first time? Because if you've also got visuals for the first time, feel free to put in chat like what you're seeing as well. Like if you notice anything. Because the Rolex is about to hit 3 PM local time, which is my time! For the first time, I don't have to do any, like, maths in my head. Sonic, at least a Lego Aston Martin. That's true. In the first few races, at least that Lego could have finished. Would have been classified. I mean, it might be like... and this one, 51 laps down. Does anyone know the maths? What did that Lego car lap at? And how many laps down would it be against the F1 cars? Mahidi wants George to win. Saito did a full race earlier. Is that in F1, the game? In that race, Lando won, Lewis second, Oscar third. That's possible if do we have a yellow flag situation? No, that's possible if the Mercedes cars have a big battery issue, and we've seen it Silverstone before, about 10 years ago, I think, probably more now. We saw a lot of drivers have tyre blowouts. We saw Lewis Hamilton sensationally win on 3 wheels, which was crazy. What's my World Cup prediction? I'm not sure we'll beat Mexico. I don't think we're going to beat Mexico, but then it's good for me either way. Either I'm right or we win. Max says hammer time. Nicholas, yeah, maybe they'll get the Thailand track back there. Yolanda, who trusted British weather? Well, me yesterday, because I went to Silverstone in just a t-shirt and shorts, which was very risky, because apparently the merchandise is so expensive. I didn't even bother going into the shops. Apparently, it's like whatever you think is expensive, it's like 1 billion times more expensive than that. So I wouldn't have been able to buy like a coat. Welcome, Slightly Joliffe Hamilton to win all the way from Rwanda. Hello to Rwanda. Linear hopes Oscar wins today, or at least podium. Oscar should have won it last year and not got that penalty. If Oscar hadn't got that penalty last year, if Max hadn't spun it last year, we'd have a different champion. The highest attendance ever recorded at a Formula event, 564,000 over the weekend. And without me, it would have been 563,999, which wouldn't have been as nice a graphic. So the fact I turned up is, whenever you think of that record attendance in F1 history, it wouldn't have been neat if I hadn't turned up. So that's nice. Yeah, hopefully let's have an exciting race. Chai says Dutch live blog mentions that drivers nodding, getting away from their past. Their spot in the past. Ooh, is that an Aston Martin? That's stationary. Should have gone in a Lego car, Fernando Alfonso. Should have gone in a Lego car. Oh, he's moving now. Alfonso came to a stop, but where? Where, Fernando Alfonso? Maggot. Cops! On the exit of Cops, he came to a stop. Wow, the drivers are already filling up the grid. Surely is Alfonso going to box or something? Is he out of time? I don't know. Why am I not at the race? I was invited by YouTube to yesterday. I think they're going to use that space to have much more, not even creators, to have like the executives today. Yeah, Alfonso goes into pits. That might be retirement already, but he won the Lego race, so he's got a point for that. Well, I'm going to call it as I see it. Green flag waved at the back with the FIA logo very aggressively. Drone pans over. Lance Stroll out the back, waiting for the red lights. I'm going to call it as I see it. I'll call it as I say it, don't worry. 1 red light, 2 red lights, 3 red lights. Play along at home, see it. 4 red lights, 5 red lights. Red lights go out. Is it a good start from Kimi, or is Charles Leclerc going to hold it on the inside? It's a great start from Charles Leclerc. It's a great start from the Ferraris. Hamilton's going to try and go round the outside. He does. So it's a Ferrari 1-2. Charles Leclerc first. Lewis Hamilton second. Kimi Antonelli third. And it's going to be Hadjar trying to go round the outside of George Russell. And he might just do it in Village onto the Wellington Straight. No, George Russell just drags along the outside. And the Mercedes are already dropping a little bit up from the... Is Kimi in trouble here? Is Kimi in trouble? Is the battery not flat as George Russell goes? Is it around Woodcote here? George Russell trying to go sideways with Kimi Antonelli. Ah, in the background there's a Haas spun backwards. As one of the McLarens is dropping all the way down the order. There looks to be like massive differences in the running here. It's surely not battery stuff already. Is it that long sit on the grid? But some of the gaps in the car seem very, very, very unusual. And there were cars getting spun around at the back. Looks like Oliver Bearman involved in that. Looks like Alex Albon has been massively involved in that. And Fernando Alonso is already on the back of the pack. Bearman seemed to have issues, but got his car going again. Welcome, Gina Kim. Good to see you. Hope Fernando Hamilton win. You're an expert now. I remember when you joined, it was your first ever F1 race. But the Ferraris are leading out here. Charles Leclerc in P1, Lewis Hamilton P2, Kimi Antonelli P3, George Russell P4, then Isaac Hadjar P5, Max Verstappen P6, and it's Oscar Piastri who's had a terrible time of it. down 11 places. And if Behrman's going to overtake him, surely Piastri's got damage. We might be looking for retirement here for Oscar Piastri. Where is that going to happen on track? Are we going to get VSC or safety car? By the way, make sure to hit that like button. Smash the like button right now. Got 700 people watching. Just hit like button early. Deploy that like now. Like these battery... Oh, Hulkenberg's gone wide as well. So Hulkenberg's gone wide and had an issue. So a lot of stuff happening at the back, but a disaster for Piastri. Sorry for the people that were hoping Piastri was going to win this. Piastri confirmed damage coming in the chat there from Chaya. Confirmed damage for Piastri. And cited canvas. You've got to stop doing these voodoo races. Piastri got a front wing damage, box, and that won't be a quick stop. And he's really struggling here, Oscar Piastri. I don't know if it's more than that. Alex Albon, meanwhile, has box. He's gone on to hards. So he might be trying to go to the end of the race. Potentially not, but anyway, he's on the hards now. As Hulkenberg gets past Alfonso. So Hulkenberg recovering. And Oscar Piastri will dive into the pits. Meanwhile, let's have a look at the gaps here. Because is Norris hanging on to Verstappen? As Verstappen overtakes Hadjar at Village. So potentially team orders there. And Norris is definitely with them. But keep an eye on the RBs here, because they've been quick recently. And if the RBs can maintain that pace as the tyres go through their phase of degradation, I wonder if we'll see the RBs kind of hang on to the McLaren. Oscar Piastri in the pits does not look like he's moving at the moment. It's a very long start for Piastri. Obviously, he is moving. Maybe that's just how long it takes with the new wing. And he's going to stay on the lead lap. He'll be hoping very much for a safety car to bunch it up. And Don says, what happened to Albon? There was a spin at the end of the Wellington Straight, turn 6. And Haas was involved. Maybe that was Behrman, but Behrman looks to have recovered quite handily. He's making his way through all the chaff at the back of the pack here. The Aston Martins and the Cadillacs, notably. Now, Antonelli is catching Hamilton. This is a little bit of the story of the race yesterday, the sprint race, where Hamilton just couldn't keep Antonelli more than 1 second behind. And that boost mode, that overtake mode, apparently is a massive difference. See Albon and Behrman under investigation from the stewards. So we'll see how that pans out. Welcome Amokar, saying Max go. Yeah, they're not easy to race. I tell you what, so where I was yesterday, you see Lawson's just going through there now. As they slam on the brakes, you see the active aero go bang on the front and the rear. Apart from the Ferrari, where the rear wing rotates, which is incredible. So I've got some slow motion footage, so keep an eye out for that. Albon also had front wing damage as well. Okay. Keep an eye on Alfonso here. He's going to be desperately chasing Lance Stroll. And Lando is all over the Red Bulls. So someone was saying earlier the McLaren is here to win. Well, I could foresee if there's lots of battling at the front, and if Lando can get past the Red Bulls, I could actually foresee that. And he's obviously going into the Lando stand now at 15, which is just a sea of yellow. So many McLaren fans. I mean, as the generational interest and fandom McLaren are building through their F1 program here is just incredible. But the other McLaren, unfortunately, is in penultimate place. So the gap between Hamilton and Antonelli is a second, and that second really does mean something if it's more than a second. So Hamilton will be trying to maintain that. Meanwhile, Bortoleto all over Sainz. We've seen the Williams being really poor, but that pace from Bortoleto can get past Sainz. I recorded some stuff yesterday on Audi saying, hang on, maybe Audi are, need a bit more credit, actually. What happened to Albon? He was involved in it, and Bortoleto does get past Carlos Sainz. Now, there could definitely be battery management at play there. 100%, but Bortoleto up to P10 And those RBs, let's say, are not particularly catching Lando. So maybe they're going to be vulnerable to the Audi of Gabriel Bortoleto. What happened to Kimi? He just had a bad start. A bad start. And we'll keep an eye on any decisions with Alex Albon and Oliver Behrman. See what happens there. Do you know, I hope Ferrari keep up the pace. You know what? Let me know in the comments. Let me know which team you support. Let me put some emojis in. Let me know which team you support. I'm going to put some drivers in here. Oh, we've got Alex Albon. Just put your team in there. Maybe put the colour of the flag in as well. There's Charles Leclerc is really opening up a gap here. And George Russell is either playing a very long game or can't quite hang with the pace. Jezero says, Williams, my condolences. The Audi has their own engine. Gage Ferrari. Chai is here for the fast lap times of duel and the Kireth community, as you'd expect from a mod. That's like asking a steward which team they support. Anton says, Aston. Well, good luck. But keep them coming in. Let me know in the chat which team you support. Genius with Ferrari. And definitely you can see there's... Oh, I wouldn't say definitely, but... I wouldn't say definitely because Russell's really dropping off here. Even though his last lap was not that much slower, he's already a deficit. Oh, 10-second penalty. Oh, no. Oh, no. Hamilton. Any Hamilton fans? I got some bad news. I got some bad news. Instant involving Hamilton noted. False start. Moving before signal. They tend to be slam dunks. They tend to be slam dunks. And at this point, Hamilton at least looks good for a podium. But that penalty would make that extremely difficult. Yeah, Lewis Hamilton under investigation. False start, moving before the signal. Maybe Bro's just too quick. Smart says Red Bull, but got a soft spot for a soft corner for Ferrari. Nanas for Ferrari. Akil, Ferrari, Red Bull. Danu says Red Bull. Paul, McLaren, but only until Lotus return for like the billionth time. S73 Ferrari. Linda's hoping Oscar can catch up. Well, we need a safety car. Zabandi Banda is going for Ferrari. And Mahidi Sports, George Russell Racing Car Team. That's otherwise known as Mercedes. Max says, like Hamilton's title challenge over before it began. You say that, though. You say that. Where he finished in the sprint race yesterday. Oh, Anthony's all over him here. Coming into Cops. Surely not on the inside of Cops. Hamilton got a mistake? Has Hamilton made a mistake here? Anthony's all over him. I think into Stowe. Or maybe even around the outside of Stowe. Let's see. Was it a mistake from Hamilton? Did he run wide? Oh my! It's Kimi's line just so much better than Hamilton, basically. Yeah, Lawson and Lindblad doing well at the moment. I mean, but they're in a no man's land here. I was saying, can they keep up with the McLaren? They can't. Can Bortoleto bridge that? Can Bortoleto join this little actual midfield? It's Carlos Sainz is really falling backwards in that Mercedes-engined Williams. Oh, 5-second penalty for Hamilton. 5-second time penalty, Hamilton, moving before signal. That is slam dunk, those. 5-second penalty. Now, he hasn't pitted, so he'll need to take that at the pit stop. Now, the way it stands at the moment, Hamilton... And it's never like 5 seconds, that's it. It's always a bit, you don't want to risk. So... And then he's still got to take his pit stop, so... You know, Hamilton will basically want to come out. He doesn't want to come out behind Norris. Yeah, I saw that chart. Anthony's line is completely different to Hamilton. Completely different. Welcome, Jan Suliger, as well. Yeah, if anyone was able to see the visuals, I mean, that Mercedes is like just not having to use as much of the track, basically. But is that Hamilton being very smart on tyre wear? He's raced here 20 times. Oh, he moved before. He did move before. Now, I know you can move and come to a stop if you've got the... He gained nothing from it because he did actually stop, though. So he didn't gain anything from it. But he has got this penalty. And they'll be need to be careful not to compound it like George Russell did in Monaco. Welcome to Moody from Durban. Yeah, I don't really know what happened with Albon there, to be honest. Hamilton complaining about understeer. Maybe that is why he's having to take those wide sweeping lines. As Antonelli is catching him down the Wellington Straight. Welcome, Paul Curran. Good to see you. So he's still keeping Antonelli behind. But the Mercedes are not the fastest cars here. I mean, Verstappen actually caught them slightly last lap. Hadjar and Norris not quite on that pace, and Albon's lapped. Piastri's at the back, hoping for a safety car. Massive difference to Piastri. Last year, he may have been in the lead of the championship at this point, but he was definitely, you know, right in the championship fight. And now he's just driving around at the back. Welcome, Bannister Gaming. Good to see you. Happy race day. It's race day. By the way, everyone, please do smash that like button. If you can, let me make it massive. I think like 7-9 people watching, so if you can see it, please do absolutely destroy it as I try and find it. He's trying to find it. Here we go. Please do absolutely destroy that like button. I'm going to go a bit Judge Dredd here. No Ways the Bandy from Zambia. I hope you're enjoying the Formula 1 out there. Yeah, Piastri's just cooked, basically. Ooh. Does massively help me out, and I need reminding. Okay, so Hamilton's still keeping Anthony at bay. This is fantastic for Charles Leclerc. Fantastic for Charles Leclerc here. And Hamilton is, at this moment, I'd say he's going to come out ahead of Hadjar. But he'll still come out behind Verstappen. So that 5-second penalty is putting Hamilton in the worst position than Verstappen at the moment. And Funky confirming Albon drove into Behrman. Okay. Paluco saying Leclerc, please win this race. Do we have any massive Charles Leclerc fans in the chat? Let me know. Let me know if we do. Crick misses Mad Max. Well, I'll tell you what, don't write off Verstappen yet. I mean, Verstappen last lap faster than Hamilton, faster than Russell, faster than Kimi. So 100% don't write off Max Verstappen if you're a Verstappen fan. Welcome Zara Soto's only Lando. Lando just gone past the Lando stand. Tommasando supporting Charles. Swap supporting Norris as well. Okay, so Hamilton's still holding Kimi at bay. So you don't want to burn your tyres getting these moves done. All the top drivers on the medium tyre. Is Oscar 21st? Yes, you have read that correctly. He got damaged first lap. He had to box and change his wing and tyres. If you're reading this, say to Max Verstappen. There we go. In fact, Verstappen, there has to be a... Kimi's going to get Hamilton into cops, I reckon. Yeah, that'll be done into cops. It may be that line into the straight there, into the old start-finish straight, where maybe Kimi just had that tighter line and it works. So Hamilton now has released Kimi. And remember, Kimi was my pick to win this Grand Prix. Welcome, Martin Goodson. Not so necessarily about who I want to win, but I think Kimi will win it. Russell gearbox issues could be great for Verstappen. could give Hamilton some breathing space as well. So Hamilton went a little bit defensive, but Kimi managed to get up the inside before Copse. Must have had the battery all done up. Saito was doing similar lap times to race. You should be getting to F1 then. And Aston saying Hamilton subcontracted by Ferrari to the Ministry of Defence, but unfortunately it's a classic subcontractor story because he just evaporated. And look at Alfonso catching Stroll. Lap after lap after lap. Bit by bit, Alfonso catching Stroll. Welcome Vasekurin as well. Let's see what happens with George Russell though, because he does not look comfortable. I don't think he's looked comfortable all weekend, frankly. Yeah, Hamilton said yesterday after the sprint race, like once you're out of energy, you're just done. Once the battery's out of the thing, you're done. So good management by Kimi. Confident as well to cut back across Hamilton before Copse. How far behind is Max from Russell? You can actually work it out yourself. He's basically a second behind, almost exactly. Welcome to Netting. Let's go Hamilton. Thanks everyone for 150 likes as well. Appreciate it. So Hamilton's got that 5-second penalty. Lots of drivers having times deleted. Carlos Sainz 2 in a row. Verstappen complaining about downshifts again. His favourite thing to do when he's driving really quick, by the way, is moan about the downshifts. Yeah, I was watching F2 where Gabriel Mini was in the lead, and I think at the end Sazolov got him. So sitting in the lead all that time is kind of tough. But I think in F1 it's exacerbated because of the battery. Doing any boost in the lead. Hope you're enjoying the race, TNS. We're 13 laps in. Martin Goodson supporting Lando. Let me know again who you're supporting here, because when I was at Silverstone yesterday, so many Lando fans. So many. Like, you would not believe. Verstappen slowly but surely gaining on Russell. Yeah, I think that's the case. I think Russell's struggling here. And I think Hamilton will come out, like, obviously with the deficit, the extra penalty, when it's all said and done, ahead of Hadjar. I mean, to be fair, he is building 5 seconds to Verstappen, but I think maybe if he can add that with an undercut. Zabandi, is rooting for Hamilton to have at least a podium finish. Is that still possible? Well, I would have said no, but given Russell's poor pace, maybe. But I feel like Verstappen, if you look at Verstappen's pace compared to Hamilton's pace, okay, Hamilton 3/10 fast last lap, but it isn't going to be easy. Is there any chance of Lando winning this GP? Not really, I would say. Paul, never watched F2. Whose name you think you'll see in F1 making waves soon? I mean, I've always rated Mini, but I thought Mini was actually going to go to Formula E. Solov seems like has something cooking with the Red Bull family. But there's a lot of journeymen in F2. Like Cushmaney's been there a while. Got some interviews with him. Keen Shields as well. Gina's still trying to understand the battery thing. It's a little bit like a Toyota Prius, where if when you deploy the battery, you just get a lot more speed, like a lot more speed. So when your battery's flat, you're very slow. You need to spend a lot of time recharging the battery. So it's better to be recharging than have small moments at top speed, and then you're going to be without a battery for long periods. It's better to be like, okay, I'll drive at 90% here and just recharge the battery a bit. Anton Fave team, Aston Fave drivers, Alfonso, Verstappen, Piastri. Nice, nice, nice. What are the chances of Stroll winning? I'd say 0%. For that, I would go 0%. What about F3, where Johan David made history for Sri Lanka? Is that why I saw some Sri Lanka flags yesterday? No, Albon's not going to win as well. Does anyone know if Werland has any links to anyone F1? No, he's with Porsche. who are the same kind of like, you know, big outfit as Audi. But he's no longer with Mercedes, he's no longer with Ferrari. Go watch my interviews with Pascal Vernon, by the way. I've got a few interviews with him. The man who won in Shanghai yesterday, and the man who won in Shanghai today in Formula E, Lucas Di Grassi, in the apt. Lucas Di Grassi winning, it's not apt anymore, is it? Lucas Di Grassi winning in the Lola Yamaha is literally the same as Fernando Alonso winning in the Aston Martin. Like, it's exactly the same. Thanks, Funky, for the €2. Massively appreciate it. As instructed, I am going to slap that like button. Chat, please do clap it up for Funky. I'm going to do the orange thumbs up in celebration. As Funky says, please do hit that like button. We should be able to get to 500 likes, everyone. Piastri front left doesn't look great. It's graining. We're kind of waiting for pit stops now. We're kind of waiting for pit stops. Anyone want to take a bet on when the first pit stop's going to be? Amazon are saying lap 24 to 35. Oscar 2025, 2060 are so different. Yeah, I mean, Oscar, I mean, he's unlucky here, but he's battling with the Astons right now. Not where you want to be. Look at the claps coming in. Funky, love it. Can Max podium today? 100%, yes he can. Yes, he can. He can get that done. So, Banny, who are the top 5 leading the race? So basically on the left-hand side of the screen, there's some standings. And if you look at numbers 1 to 5, that's your top 5. And you're thinking pitting lap 35 or lap 30. We will see. Lindblad saying, get him to hurry up, please. So Lindblad's playing some games here. That's a big moment, because Lawson's the #1 driver there. So some interesting battles. Verstappen on Russell. Norris on Hadjar. Look, Hadjar's really dropped off. And Piastri's got past both Astons. I mean, he is like probably 3 seconds up faster. Oh my days, man. 1:39s for the Astons. 1:33.9 for the top 2. So they're 5 seconds a lap slower. They're actually like F2 speed. Aston Martin have built an F2. Maybe this should be the spec F2 car. Favourite driver, not sure. Alex Albon's boxed again. Alex Albon, why have you done that? Why has Bro done that? Or is it just, is his transponder not working? Martin saying Lando will come 3rd. Not sure. And Nicholas, it's a 1% chance to rain. I was, when I said that, I was like, if I'm the analyst, I should just leave it at 1%. But I really don't. Is it technically 0? If it's no, it can't. But is it rounded down? If it's 0. I think it's 0.4%. Is 0.4% Lance Stroll wins this race? There we go. I've covered myself. So it is hot. It's hot in the UK. And Verstappen still trying to get past George Russell, who must have a big issue here. And by that, I don't mean the magazine. I mean the problem with the car. Lindblad still behind Lawson. Norris still behind Hadjar. Kind of waiting for pit stops now. Waiting for people to dive in to the pits. Saito thinks that Williams is heavily damaged. Oh, he took his penalty, didn't he? Am I correct that he took his penalty and didn't change tyres? They were just like, let's take the penalty now. Because if there's a safety car, I'll be on lead lap or something. Judge says, what is Wong? With F1 supplying an American, is Wong the American to sing the national anthem? Lewis dropped the clutch on the 5th light, staying in his box. F1 against the clutch today, and in eventuality. You're almost word for word what I was about to say. More sipping on is just some Coca-Cola or Pepsi. I don't know the difference. How far is the gap between Albon and Alfonso? Oh, Russell and Verstappen. Oh, Verstappen boxes. That's why. So Verstappen trying to do the undercut. Here we go then. Here we go. The pit stop parties have begun. Albon has served his penalty. What do you think about NASCAR? I quite like it. Junior, what's understeer? Understeer. Glad you asked, Junior. Understeer is when I turn the wheel, but the car just doesn't really turn. It goes straight. So I have to try and like get slower and slower and I go really deep into the corner. Whereas oversteer is I turn the wheel a bit and the car spins around massively. So what you want normally is something in the middle where I turn the wheel and the car does what I want it to do. But understeer is like the car isn't turning as much as I think it can do. Basically. No, Verstappen, what's happened with Verstappen? Verstappen doing a mad undercut here. It's cool. White visor, it's cool. Verstappen's doing a mad undercut thing. The question's going to be, is George Russell going to box? If everyone got DNF, what's the chance Stroll to win? I mean, Stroll's going to be laps down though, that's the thing. So Verstappen on hard. Hulkenberg boxing as well is out on the hard tyre. Leclerc declines. Antonelli declines. Hamilton declines. But surely Russell is forced to box. No, does not care about the undercut. We saw Red Bull, I think, get this wrong in Austria. I think Red Bull got... Oh no, sorry, I think Ferrari got the strategy wrong in Austria. Going a bit too early. Welcome Ada Baker from Ohio in the USA. Welcome along. Any more questions, let me know. I was literally at the circuit yesterday watching the qualifying and sprint race. So if you have any questions, this is the most accurate I can give you ever. How long can they go on hard tyres? Amazon was saying, I think, I've forgotten now, 26 or something. As Leclerc is going to have to lap both Aston Martins, comes through Cops. Alfonso will get a side. He won't get both before. Correct, it was Ferrari. They were trying to do a cheeky little two. Yeah, they stopped really early under safety car, right? I think. If I remember correctly. Meanwhile, Norris still just behind Hadjar. Certainly not going to be winning this race if you can't get past Hadjar. Is it better for Leclerc to box first or Kimi if Ferrari want to win? So basically, when you box, as Lance Stroll just does, you go onto fresh tyres and you tend to be quicker that lap. Meanwhile, the car you're racing is going around on slower tyres. Now, obviously, at the end, they'll be on 1 lap fresher tyres, but in terms of getting an overtake, you can get a cheeky overtake done. Case in point, let's have a look at Russell's lap here. So Russell hasn't changed tyres, and he's gone around and done a 134.5, which is actually fairly handy. But now let's have a look at Verstappen, who's on fresh tyres. As Lando Hadjar boxes, look at Verstappen, should go quicker than that. Yeah, so Verstappen's gone quicker, 133.5. So he's gone a second quicker. Now, given the gap was about a second, that probably means that when George Russell pits, if everything's equal, he'll come out behind Max Verstappen. Ultimatum Verstappen for undercut. Yeah, Verstappen's undercutting Russell. Hamilton's got a penalty. That's 5 seconds. And Russell's 4 seconds behind him. So Hamilton's basically also effectively been undercut by Verstappen. So Verstappen's done a double undercut there. Is there a chance Antonelli win? I say Antonelli is odds on to win. Chat, we've got 1,000 people watching. Please, 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 please. Just absolutely destroy this like button. Please smash it. Woo! Smash the like button. Just tap it now. We'll get to 400. Ah, no. Alfonso is the only one I've ever heard of that prefers understeer. We'll take anything in that Aston right now. Leclerc does not box. Declines. Hamilton does not box. Does Russell box? No, declines. The top 4 do not box. Lando Norris, is he going to box? Declined. And Verstappen's boxed already. So Russell does a 34.5, basically the same as what he did last lap. Let's see what Verstappen does. Will it be another second taken out? Flashing the light button, yeah. Otherwise I forget as well. So Hamilton gap to Russell, again, is still exactly the same, basically, 4.1 seconds. And Verstappen, a little bit slow last time, but basically almost as quick, 33.6. Farry, actually, I want to ask about, can McLaren be champion? I mean, I don't think McLaren can be champion in the season or this race. Thanks, Martin. Ultimatum got to hope for a safety car or something. Or else Verstappen has a real chance. But is Verstappen... I mean, Verstappen's definitely on a one-stop, right? Verstappen can get to the end on those hards. Surely, so... I mean, see what Verstappen did last year, never say never, at Silverstone. But there was rain last year. Slightly different. Fine, just focus on the wheel, why not? Ugh. I have to press it when I'm there. Yeah, Hamilton's still got to take that penalty, but he's not boxing again. Leclerc goes round, Alfonso's going to box. Leclerc, by the way, we're not talking about Leclerc, you know, being in the lead of this race, but Kimi chasing him down, which is like massive story. Because Kimi's just hunting Charles Leclerc down. Russell does not box either. Does do his fastest lap though, 34.4. Lando also does his fastest lap. Could be like a tailwind there or something as well. And Verstappen goes round and does a 34.1. So the gap to the pace advantage there is not massive. Remember, Verstappen is on the hard tyres. Verstappen not a Silverstone, but the championship in general, yes. And Carsten do the fa sound effect. Is that? Did you just write the sound effect out? Does anyone hear that? What? Does anyone hear that sound? VSC as well, an ending. What's going on? Is that a sound effect for VSC? I've been completely mixed up here. Why is there such a short VSC? And it's not good for the leaders. Track clear. Someone's gunning. Why is there such a short VSC? What's happened? Oh, a Lando umbrella on the circuit. Oh my days, the British fans. What are we doing? Lando umbrella on circuit. And it's screwed over Lando. No, I'm not sure. I don't think it's benefited Ocon and Perez slightly. They may have spent some time in the pits. Very short VSC. Very brave Marshall. There's an umbrella on the circuit. Welcome, Kevin De Bruyne. Yeah, there's like a 10-second VSC. While there was... And that would have been at Lando's stand. That would have been at Stowe, I'm guessing. I don't know. I'll have to FaceTime FP1 Will. Who, if you'd like FP1 Will, I did record a 15-minute video with him yesterday where we just taught pure F1. We taught regs, we taught cars, we taught engine sounds, we taught battery management, we taught all the stuff. And if you like it, we can do more like that. So, big thanks to YouTube. How did it happen? I'm guessing someone let go of their umbrella. Hamilton saying, geez, mate, I've got so much understeer. It's crazy. Yeah, the car just won't turn. Yeah, if that VSC had come out... I tell you what, if that VSC had come out when... Hang on. As fans, we can now manipulate the race. Because if you throw an umbrella on the circuit as Lando's approaching the pits, then you can get Lando a VSC stop. Ooh. Doesn't help Lando that it's clearly his Lando colour as well. But yeah, what time... If you're a Lando fan, when do you chuck the umbrella? Wait. Wait. Hold. Hamilton boxing, so don't chuck it. Don't. Hamilton fans, chuck your umbrellas now. Throw those 44 umbrellas on circuit. Hamilton boxes. Russell also. Here we go. So Leclerc and Antonelli decline, but Hamilton is going to take the 5 seconds, and he's going to get overtaken by Russell in the pit. It's going to be very painful. Lando goes around, but he hasn't boxed yet. So there's Russell overtakes Hamilton in the pits, as predicted. Verstappen undercuts them both. Through goes Verstappen. Through goes Verstappen. He's undercut both Russell and Hamilton because Hamilton had the penalty. And Alfonso's going to overtake Hamilton. Oh, goodness me. I'm going to see how the stop went for Ferrari. Did anyone touch it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Bang. Ah, he couldn't quite. He's going to be behind what that's going to annoy him so much. Maybe he's get an umbrella. Or maybe if the fans don't agree with a FIA decision, like that penalty for Hamilton, maybe you just throw an umbrella. Painful, especially that he did not benefit. He did not indeed. Maybe too much adrenaline. Yeah, ultimate of Verstappen has done a mad undercut here. As Gasly also boxes. Right, now you throw the umbrella. Now Lando fans, all throw your umbrellas. Because now, if you threw an umbrella now, Lando gets VSC stop and maybe even stays out ahead of Russell, which would be sensational. How many laps to go? 28 laps to go. Lando does not pit. Verstappen, though, is doing a pretty good strategy. Pretty good strategy for Max Verstappen. Given that Lando's still got a pit, so Verstappen kind of inherits P3 automatically. According to the FA, Red Bull with the best engine. Why they re-smoke? Apparently their chassis is like atrocious. And yeah, maybe that Hamilton lines we saw earlier is just understood, but maybe he also recognised it earlier and he's really trying to maximise tyre life. But that first stint has happened, so can Hamilton get past Russell? Some good battles going on track here. I mean, some of them involve lap drivers, but Leclerc is going to get past. Who's he going to get past? Because Albon's actually a few laps down. There's a lot of cars, a lot of laps down. Yeah, I don't know if anyone saw Lance Stroll applying massive lock yesterday. Like, it looked like looking at the Monaco hairpin. He was just doing maggots. So that could be anyone who's going long on strategy. As Leclerc boxes, but Antonelli doesn't. So Antonelli going really long here on the mediums. Really, really long. Hope you're enjoying the stream, everyone. Carlos Sainz had quite a long... Hamilton's penalty served correctly. Sainz quite a few track limit penalties. Welcome, Ultimate Team Guy, Abdullah and Christian Young. If you're not subscribed, please do hit the subscription button. Completely free. Yeah, Leclerc boxes. Was it a good stop? Felt like a long stop. Felt like a long stop to me. Let's see. Leclerc came in. Tyres off. Tyres on. No, it was a good stop. It was a good stop. And we'll see if Antonelli's going to box. 2.4 second stop. Yep. Pretty handy. Antonelli overcut. Well, Antonelli's on a different strategy here. Yeah, Carlos Sainz just got that black and white flag, and he's been overtaken by Hulkenberg into Stowe. There's a good battle there between Behrman, Gasly, Hulkenberg, Sainz. And look at Piastri! Because Piastri boxed really early... but Piastri's still a pit stop behind, I think. Because the others may have just done their one pit stop. Anthony does not box again, by the way. Thanks to Banny. Feel free to share it in the community. Hit that share button. Share it on Twitter, Instagram. How much between Leclerc does Antonelli need before Antonelli has a free pit stop? Well, Antonelli doesn't have a free pit stop. Antonelli is still behind Leclerc at the moment because Antonelli hasn't boxed. And in fact, Leclerc is undercutting Antonelli, even though he's already ahead. Is how it's working. Yeah, Lewis with the early clutch drops. So obviously, this is Lewis Hamilton's wheel from previous years, and he would do that thing where he would, you know, go over the top, you know, and do some funky stuff. You know, now he's on Ferrari. He doesn't have this wheel. Did that cost him? Not having the Mercedes clutch. No dual clutch here, by the way. Welcome Ayushi Talaka as well. Is there a way for Hamilton to get podium? Yeah. But it's not easy. It's not. This is pretty disaster. That 5 seconds pretty disastrous, Hamilton. To be honest.
Keep your head down.
Unless there's some mad strategy to be had here. Right, I just want to ask if someone know Kem Bulibasa. Yeah, we know him. Esports driver as well. So Anthony does not box again. Does not box again. Yeah, we could have a great battle between Hamilton, Russell and Verstappen, to be fair. But I would advise you to check out what's going with Behrman, Gasly, Hulkenberg and Sainz. And a Piastri on a really weird strategy involved as well. Because Gasly's just got past Behrman, so Gasly's the driver on the move there. But Behrman's terrible. Behrman's on really old time. Behrman's got a box again. Behrman has no right to be in that pack. Bortoletto's looking good. Bortoletto in P10. Having stopped already. The RBs need to stop, so Lindblad stops now. If Anthony said, don't let other people undercut me, then that's a bit worrying, but are we going to bet against Bono? Anyone feel like they want to bet against Bono? Because I'm not sure I want to bet against Bono. I feel like Bono probably knows his strategy a bit better than me. So Lindblad comes out, and you'll see Bortoletto, because Bortoletto's done a 1 lap undercut on Lindblad, and you can see how close Bortoletto is to Lindblad. Incan says, Hamilton gone too far back, bro. Let's do another nations check. Let me know where in the world you're watching from. So put your country in there. Put your flag in the chat. Miranda saying Kimi not happy now. Okay. And Lando, is Lando being asked to box? So Lando's going to get out of the way of this. Interesting when Lando and Hajar end up. Chai from Netherlands, Vlaka Croatia, Smartbus India, Kia from America. Yeah, Alfonso's past Lance Stroll. Lando does box, by the way. Look at the Verstappen Russell Hamilton battle now. Martin Netherlands, Clipron Netherlands, Irish India, Jeffrey from Netherlands, Andrew from Russia, KDB from Germany, Kim Hoskins from South Africa. Keep an eye on Lando versus Hajar. Ayush from India, Bodiman from Indonesia, Anston Avila from Australia.
Focus on the right head.
Rasexar from Brazil. Is Hajar going to get Norris? Martin from England. Zibani from Zambia. Linnea from Sweden. Daniel Miller from England. Duncan Williams USA. Funky from Netherlands. That wasn't Netherlands earlier. There's 2 Netherlands flags. Or which, Jeffrey, where are you from? Gage from Barbados. Right, let's see Hamilton, Russell, Verstappen. Surely Hamilton not into cops. Oh my days. Hamilton plus Russell into cops. Did he stick a wheel up the inside? Russell getting him back into maggots? No way. No way. No way. No way. No way. That's massive from Hamilton if he's done that. Can he hang it? Can he defend into Stowe though? Or has he used the battery? Is this all going to be battery nonsense? Russell gets past Hamilton. There's going to be a lot of battery stuff going on. A lot of battery stuff. Verstappen's going to be managing it. So Hamilton was nowhere near alongside Russell. Oh my god, Russell seemed to clip massively before the corner. Russell clipped massively. It wasn't really an overtake by Hamilton. Hamilton was just getting out of the way of Russell. And then he almost had a massive crash into Maggots. Went through Beckett's. And then finally, I think is it Church. And now Hamilton clips massively on the exit onto the Stowe straight. And Russell gets past. It's all battery. That's all battery. That's all battery. Battery, 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 battery. Basically, Russell went flat. Russell went flat, but as he went flat, he recharged like mad, and then Hamilton went flat. Yanis from Poland. Miranda from Puerto Rico. Big up Barbados in the house. Yes, indeed. South African Durban there. 90 Donny from Ireland as well. Welcome to the new subscribers. So is Russell going to clip again? But yeah, that was very late down into Cops. You'd think to get that done, you get the move done really early, but it wasn't like that at all. He was a number of car lengths behind. Welcome, Cameron Adams. Hamilton into Cops, you say? Yes. But it's all about clipping at the end of straights. Like, is Russell going to clip here? Will Hamilton go around the outside? Bottas boxes. Oh my goodness, Hamilton into the final section. Hamilton into Abbey. Hamilton at Farm. Hamilton at Club. Hamilton at Village. Hamilton on the Wellington Straight. What is clipping? Clipping is where they basically... Oh, Hamilton gets it done. Is when they basically run out of battery and they need to recharge it. So they do it at the end. They do it before they start braking, essentially. So the car you're alongside is going full speed. Oh, Hamilton and Russell. This has got a season ender written all over it. This has got season ender written all over it. Let me know in the chat if you're loving this, by the way. So Hamilton went down Wellington Straight. Around the outside. Oh my goodness, what a move that was by Hamilton. That's previously basically a replay. What are the chances of Leclerc to win? Very high, I'd say. Clantenny still needs to box. And then Russell got back into Cops very easily. There's some great battling there. Great for the fans. You saw the clutch demo? Oh, nice, nice, nice. Andrew's loving it. Who has the fastest pit stop? Manuel Gatton? I'm not sure, actually. So Verstappen, Russell, Hamilton. What lap times are they doing? Oh, a lot slower than what Lando's doing, Hamilton. Like that. Swapping and changing on the battery. It's yo-yo racing. Yeah, but it's a lot. It's basically it's all fine. The way it is, right? And this is what I saw yesterday. They would just be going around in order. However, at some point, some of their batteries are going flat, and when you're flat, it's like you just lose a position. But then as it goes flat, you end up with a massive recharge. So it's like it is real yo-yo. It is real yo-yo. Black says we love a good race. Yeah. I mean, it's something different. It's something different. But I just want to explain to you what's happening. Ice, Leclerc for the win. Could be. Russell on Verstappen now. Russell on Verstappen potentially. Russell into Stowe. Russell into Stowe. Russell outside of Stowe. Kimi may get his first WC. Maybe. Maybe a full bathroom. Depends what work he's having done on the house. You don't think we'll win? I think Kimi will win, but I think Leclerc might still be in the... Yeah, Leclerc is very much in the pound seat here. Why is Antonelli not pitted? Is it because other people are on 3 stops? Antonelli's definitely on the 1 stop. Yeah, that's what Max was talking about. I visually... From a viewing experience, it's not as bad as he was saying. But I'm just explaining, like, if Verstappen's going to run out of energy here and clip, which I saw yesterday in the sprint, I saw Russ and Verstappen almost have a massive crash. I wouldn't be surprised if they don't show that anywhere, because that was purely clipping. Russ great straight, while Hamilton on curb. Verstappen, Russell, Hamilton going around together. We rarely see stuff like this, so it's a bit of a treat for sure. And it's almost like you don't want to get taken out, I'd say. and you're having to deal with this while managing the battery. I'm not saying this like it's too difficult for them. It's definitely not too difficult for them. But Russell Verstappen into Stowe. Surely. No, can't get it done. And does that mean Russell's now going to be vulnerable? It's almost like a WWF triple threat match. Albon on soft tyres, by the way. It'd be interesting if there's a safety car, whether any of that pack would go for it. Or a VSC. Some bad news, Russell on radio couldn't make out what it was. Oh my goodness, Russell and Verstappen almost came together at Stowe. That would have been fireworks. I mean, the wheel-to-wheel racing is really, they're really showing how good drivers they are. Look at Verstappen, Russell, Hamilton. I mean, battles like this, if this is what the regulation brings, then... Oh, Russell, pit crew came out, have gone back in. With blowers as well. So were they going to retire the car? Safety car would be amazing for Kimi, and I wonder if Kimi's actually gambled a bit on the safety car here. It looks like Russell was like on the verge of retiring, basically. Slow puncture. But you've got to have big commitment to try and overtake Verstappen into Stowe when you think he might have a slow puncture. Look how close it is between Verstappen, George Russell and Hamilton as Russell does box. So Russell gets out the way and boxes, and it's now the protagonist from 2021, the two drivers who came together in sensational fashion at Copse Corner. And that time around, it was Hamilton who came out on top, and it was Verstappen who went to hospital. And these two drivers, with Hamilton now for Ferrari, very close together. And Hamilton's looked racy. And to what extent has Russell been protecting Max Verstappen? We will find out. This is effectively for the podium. It's Hamilton versus Max Verstappen. Let me know who you're supporting out of these two in the chat. Hamilton or Verstappen? Terrible for Russell. Unless other drivers are going to need to pit, but then maybe they'll have the safety car to do that. Hamilton, Russell, Hamilton, Verstappen, Copse Corner approaching. Do you stick a wheel up the inside? Rumours saying Christian Horner was in the paddock yesterday, being eyed up by Aston Martin to basically fix that team. Kia says Hamilton, Antonin says Max, Ultimatum Hamilton, Tyre says Lewis, Martin says Lewis, Hamilton, Red Onion saying I'm a Max fan. But then why do you have a picture of Kubica? I like both, but Hamilton more. Well, let's see. By the way, everyone, do smash that like button. If you're enjoying this race, enjoying the stream, hit the like button. We can get onto 1,000 likes. Please do smash it. And yeah, correct. Antonelli boxing, Leclerc overtakes. And Hamilton with Verstappen as they go around the last corner. Was there contact there? It seemed to get very, very, very close. So Leclerc 7 seconds ahead of Antonelli, but Antonelli on fresh tyres. What happened with Verstappen and Hamilton into Stowe? Hamilton thought about it, decided not to go for it. Maybe second guessing battery. And they came into the last few corners, and it was just nose to tail, no contact. So Kimi has now made his pit stop. Maybe Russell hit a Lego. Maybe he ran over a Lando umbrella. Could be. So Leclerc P1 at the moment. He's about to lap Piastri. Lap Carlos Sainz again. But Antonelli's changing him. We'll have to keep an eye on lap times here. Hitting a Lego on the floor at 3M is no joke. We've all been there. That's the highest pain known to man, right? Officially. And it's all about Hamilton and Verstappen in the battle for P3 for the final podium position. Hamilton will really want this. I reckon will Verstappen get booed if he gets it? Verstappen track limits at turn 15. So that's Stowe. So Verstappen pushing it. Different lines we've seen. Turn 15 incident involving Russell and Verstappen noted. I wonder if is that Russell trying to overtake Verstappen and squeezing him off? I'm not sure. Or vice versa. We'll have to see. Should Leclerc pit? No, Leclerc should be trying to go to the end of this race, basically. Welcome Golden. Yeah, Piastri had a front wing change at the beginning of the race. By the way, can I just say there's been no retirement so far for a new reg at a very punishing circuit. And Anthony saying you have a 10 tyre lap offset. This is looking good, or is being told. 16 laps to go. The gap is already down to 6 seconds. So I'd say it is looking good for Kimi. It's Hamilton, Verstappen still very close as well. Can the Astons or Cadillac hold it together? Well, it'll be good for them. Piastri being told to box. So Piastri has basically gone super long on that tyre. 33 laps on the hard tyre. So he gets out the way of everything happening. And let's see. Leclerc did a 33.4. Oh my days. But Antonelli done a 31.7. We're going to have a battle for the lead coming up. It's going to be Kimi versus Charles with a battle for the lead here. And I saw yesterday Kimi reel in Lewis Hamilton and then get that done. As Verstappen and Hamilton lap Oscar Piastri. It's Hamilton trying to force a mistake. Hamilton went up the inside again at Stowe, but then it was kind of like a half-arsed move. I wonder if Hamilton's trying to force Verstappen to exceed track limits, but they're very, very close. And down the Wellington Straight, Hamilton gets it done down the Wellington Straight. Can he hold it through Copse? Can he hold it through Maggots and Beckett's? Can he hold it through Stowe? And then can he finish a lap and kind of extend that lead? So, how did that happen? Oh, really nice tidy cutback from Hamilton. Like coming around Village. And at Tavero open, shaped the inside, then stayed on the outside. And so, what is? Can anyone else hear that? Is that me? Is that? Yellow in sector 3. Hulkenberg's off at Copse. VSC surely if he's in the barrier. Hulkenberg off at Copse. VSC deployed. Verstappen. Oh, Verstappen's done it. Verstappen's done it. I would have been the same. Verstappen's in. Verstappen's going to get a free pit stop on Lewis Hamilton here. It was 2021 all over again. 2021 all over again. Now, to be fair, that's not in a very dangerous position for Hulkenberg. He just needs to be wheeled in. He's all the way on the inside at Copse. Kind of past the apex. So the cars are it's almost impossible, I think, for someone to hit him. So Verstappen... And Norris pits as well. So Hamilton's going to have a Max Verstappen on fresh mediums. 2021 all over again, everyone. 2021. Now, obviously, if the VSC stays out, Hamilton should come in. But let's see. It's a long lap. And like I said, I don't think it's going to take that long to recover the car. If you think about this happening in real time, Hulkenberg's already out. That car's in neutral and rolling. They just need to roll it, I think, like 10 meters. It's on tarmac already. There's an exit of the barrier. VSC ending. VSC ending. VSC ending. So, Red Bull made the brave call and went for it. And I thought Lando went for it as well, if I saw that correctly. But he's on 6 lap-old tyres, so maybe didn't. Maybe it's Hadjar's gone for it. So the question is, with 14 laps to go, is it still the right thing to do Well, it means that Verstappen's been able to go on to mediums. Chat, do we think that's the right call for Verstappen? Leclerc needs to hold this. That doesn't impact Antonelli and Leclerc at all. That really impacts Hamilton and Verstappen. But we've seen with the what it does with Hamilton, Antonelli and Leclerc is it's a lap less really for Antonelli to go full speed. Chai says it's a gamble, but who knows? Well, big drama here. Fresh mediums for Verstappen. He's got extra fresh set of mediums in the locker, maybe exactly for this purpose. Hamilton's navigating a load of traffic here, but Verstappen will see him as he exits farm curve. And the gap between Verstappen and Hamilton is 10 seconds with 13 to go. So let's keep an eye on that. Verstappen really had nothing to lose, by the way. It's amazing that Verstappen... Oh, because Russell boxed as well. So if Russell had managed to time that, with the safety car, it might have been okay. Yeah, it's Hamilton on old hard tyres, and they'll be very old at the end, versus Verstappen on fresh mediums. No further investigation, by the way, between Verstappen and Russell for that one. So, the battles we're watching here is both Ferraris being caught. So, let's see how that goes down. Sharon says, what a time to be a Leclerc fan. Well, if you're a Leclerc fan, Verstappen saying, guess we're pushing. He's like, yeah, you're pushing. And, Verstappen, I think, is going to take a second out of Hamilton this lap. And Hamilton's not going to have enough laps to hold off Verstappen at that rate. Yeah, more than a second. A lot more than a second. So this is like Abu Dhabi 2021 all over again. Hash should have snatched up Sainz. Maybe. What about Leclerc and Kimi? It's basically, I don't think right now is a good time to be a... Does Stroll get track limits on his way in to serve the penalty for getting track limits? Like, you couldn't make that up. Yeah, I think this table's going to look a lot worse for Ferrari in a few laps. No, Piastri I don't think is even close to getting... Piastri would need to overtake Bortoletto. Look how far ahead Bortoletto is. Chaya confirming that Verstappen is one of the few drivers had a fresh set of mediums left. Well, it's absolute genius from them. But Zimani says, 2021 makes me anxious, reminds me of the robbery. Patrick loves Verstappen on the hunt. Since Lance doesn't know how to park, I guess... Oh, Kimi in trouble? 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 Puncture for Kimi! Puncture for Kimi! It must be puncture for Kimi! He got overtaken by an Aston Martin, and that's not right. Kimi puncture! Is it going to be one of those ones? I'm pretty sure it must be puncture. There's no other reason. Hamilton up to P2. Leclerc's going to win this. I'm pretty sure it's a puncture for Kimi. It must be a puncture for Kimi. There's no other circumstance you get overtaken by an Aston Martin. Front wing change as well. It's damage to front wing. And that's a long change. Oh my goodness. Kimi's battling with Lando now. Disaster for Kimi. It is a Tifosi Ferrari 1-2, everyone. As a lifelong Ferrari fan, this is fantastic news. Chat, put your Ferrari emoji in the chat if you're loving at the moment. It's gone from... I literally said a few laps ago, it's not a good time to be a Ferrari fan. It's now literally the best time to be a Ferrari fan. And it looks like Hamilton is... Oh, Verstappen only took out half a second last time. We could be seeing a Ferrari 1-2 at Silverstone, everyone. It could be a Ferrari 1... Don't tell me Lance Stroll hit. No, he got another time penalty. Don't tell me Lance Stroll hits it. Oh, Kimi's off again. Kimi's off again. Kimi off again at the end of the Wellington Straight. Was something not put on right? This is going from bad to worse for Kimi. He's just absolutely crumbling before our eyes. He's gone off again at the end of the Wellington Straight. Is he going to come in again? Was there some issue? No. Was it just a mistake from Kimi? Is he absolutely rattled or something? Meanwhile, Oscar Piastri is right behind Lewis Hamilton. So Verstappen's got Piastri to deal with. In fact, Piastri's probably going to... Oh! Anthony's saying, I can try to keep going. So something is broken on that Mercedes. And I wonder if it's interfering. It looks like the car might even be crabbing slightly. It looks like the car might be crabbing. So Kimi's going to keep going and just try and salvage points here. I mean, Mercedes have big questions to ask if he has a huge accident. I mean, his points are evaporating. Hadjar's got him. Both RBs will be licking their lips. I can't see Antonelli surviving this. So Antonelli's going to lose a ton of points in the championship. He's going to lose a load of points to Hamilton. Wheel shield, left-hand side. Gary says we're so back. And Judd saying it has more like hydraulics than left inlet missing. Check engine light. So I don't have a Mercedes. And I don't think Verstappen's catching Hamilton. He may be. He may be. Piastri's just sitting behind Hamilton. If you're Piastri here, it's very brave to get involved because you're not going to get any... Well, you may get... Well, you can overtake Sainz in because Kimi's falling backwards. What do you do if you're Piastri? And Antonelli's got lap times deleted. He's got them deleted because he just completely blew through corners. He didn't gain any time. Massive issues for Kimi. On board with him. Coming through Maggots and Beckett's. The steering lock looks fine. But he's very slow on the exit. He's very slow. I would not feel comfortable driving that car. And he's boxed, right? And he's boxed. It's done for Kimi. It's curtains for Kimi. Oh, he went over the curbs at Copse. And something jammed from the Mercedes. And he's out again. So that may have been after the pit stop. There was some other damage on the car that maybe were caused by a puncture or something. So Kimi's having a disastrous GP. He's in P10 now. But now he's probably going to try and catch Bortoletto. We'll see some real pace here. We may see some real pace. Meanwhile, Piastri is still behind Lewis Hamilton. And Verstappen is still gaining. But I think Verstappen at this rate is going to run out of laps. But it might be close. And Kimi's got that black and white flag. So... any more like that, and he'll get a very harsh penalty. So Barry saying hard luck, Kimi. It's not top 3 unchanged till the end because this could get pretty interesting for Max Verstappen on Hamilton still. But if we see a Ferrari 1-2, I will never forget this as a weekend that I went to Silverstone and I saw all of these drivers, and next day we did this watch along and we witnessed a Ferrari 1-2 at Silverstone, which is crazy. So let's see. This has been a very, very, very good race. Verstappen is 6.6 behind Hamilton. I would say, yeah, a Ferrari championship is possible. And if my editor's listening, any shorts we've done recently on whether Charles Leclerc needs to rethink things, they might need to go into the bin. Yeah, let me know in the chat which team you're supporting right now. Yep, Hamilton's past Sainz, so Piastri will get past Sainz, and then I think Piastri may sit there because Piastri's not going to get Gasly, so Piastri's done that pretty smartly because I reckon he had the pace to get past Hamilton. And Piastri does get past Carlos Sainz there, and Verstappen's just not quite catching quick enough now. Yeah, I wouldn't feel comfortable with Antonelli in that car, but for 1 point. Also, if you ask me, there's a chance of getting a point, I'd be like, yeah, great, I'll take the point, please. But he's got Colapinto. Oh, Antonelli's going to have a track limit, and he's going to get a penalty anyway. He's got another track limit. Adam Barker, Ferrari all the way. Smart Burst, Red Bull. And Tyrannicus just put a red car, I guess, at Ferrari. And Gary Sports ever in second. That is Ferrari here. As Hamilton laps Alfonso. The second time. Anthony saying, which place am I? We've been told we're in P10. We have Colapinto behind. He doesn't know where he is. He might not even know he's at Silverstone. Vito Ferrari. And Gina, don't want to jinx it, but isn't Hamilton the only driver who hasn't DNF'd it so far this season? I don't know. Maybe Perplexity will know. Aston saying Albon retiring. Okay. Could still be some drama here. And now Anthony is under investigation for track limit. And sensationally, he's about to get lapsed by Leclerc. And Anthony's saying, I'll stay out, I'll try and get the point. But then he's being told you're getting track limit penalties. He might be thinking of other championships or even, dare I say, sim racing, where it doesn't add up to give you a big 5-second penalty. And he's got it here. Or karting. They're not really going to... It's a bit of gamesmanship, but in F1 here, it's not going to fly. So Kimi's got that 5 second, and now he needs to pull that out from Colapinto. I mean, Kimi is lapping only half a second slower than Leclerc. Yeah, thanks Tyrannicus for subscribing. If you're not subscribed, by the way, hit that subscribe button. Make sure you subscribe and make sure you hit the like button. I would really hope we can get to 1,000 likes on these streams. That'd be amazing. When I spoke to YouTube yesterday, they were like, "Oh yeah, that's great if we get the likes." So please, everyone, do actually smash that like button if you've enjoyed this race. There's still plenty of races left in the season. Verstappen now past Sainz. Only one car in between Verstappen and Hamilton, which is Oscar Piastri. But Hamilton right now is managing it. Just why did Antonelli get a puncture? Yeah, Max can get P2, but he's running out of laps. Remember, Hamilton's tyres, he's got to be worried about them coming off a cliff, basically. Antonelli is now 3.3 ahead of Colapinto, so he's clearly trying to make that gap. And to be fair, he's driven a pretty good race. I'm not sure about the strategy that Mercedes gave him, frankly. But he's done what he needs to do. And Antonelli's saying, I'm going to go for it, mate. It's great attitude from Kimi, I have to say. It's fantastic attitude. And it'll be really interesting if... Yellow flag! Verstappen out! Verstappen out at Stowe! Verstappen's out at Stowe! Verstappen's out at Stowe! Russell sensationally is going to get on the podium! Safety car now! Safety car now, and Hamilton's on 24 lap old hards. And Russell's on 19 lap old mediums. I'm not sure which you fancy, to be fair. I'm not sure which you fancy. Verstappen in the Lando stand, basically. Not in there, that would be a humanitarian catastrophe. But he is in the gravel right in front of the baying amphitheatre that is the Lando stand, which sounds like some sort of like homogeneous being. So, who's been brave here? Hadjar's been brave. Fortune favours the brave, as they say. And Hadjar's been brave. If you're Kimi... No, Kimi doesn't box. Colapinto very weirdly boxes and is going to get overtaken by Gasly. I don't... Well, I suppose Colapinto's like, I'll have a crack at Gasly on... I'll have a crack at Gasly. Colapinto would rather be behind. Now, how long is it going to take to recover this car? Leclerc's been brave. Leclerc has been smart. Does Hamilton have time? Hamilton boxes. Does he have time to get out ahead of Russell? And is Russell going to box anyway? Oh, Ferrari. No pressure on the pit stop here. If you're a Ferrari fan, I want to see your fingers crossed emojis in the chat. Gina's not a big man fan, but I want some podium. Whatever floats your boat. No judgment here. Assassin, come on, Hamilton. You had 4 laps. Why did he box? Because he's going to come out ahead of George Russell, right? Right? He's going to come out ahead of George Russell. Otherwise, that is the stupidest thing I've ever seen. That would be the stupidest thing I've ever seen if Hamilton just boxed to come out behind George Russell. That would be so monumentally stupid. That would be so stupid. I've seen some stupid stuff today. Honestly. But it would be so stupid. It'd be so stupid I'd be lost for words. Now, would you rather be Hamilton on 3-lap-old softs or Russell on 20-lap-old mediums? But how are you going to get a cherry picker all the way in the Lando stand? Right, let me know in the chat. Is that good strategy or bad strategy? Good strategy or bad strategy? So Lando came in. Was it similar to Austria? Oh my god, yeah, it looked a bit similar to Austria. He hasn't hit the gravel. But I don't think... And the safety cars... And they have to unlap cars here. Sensational crap. By the way, I think we can probably chalk that down to a mistake from Verstappen. So his invincibility cloak. I mean, the safety car hasn't caught. So if you're Russell, Russell's going to play silly games here. Russell's going to wait and hold and hold and hold and hold. Russell's going to hold and hold and hold. Also, Hamilton's going to have Lando all the way behind him. Right, Verstappen's car's on the cherry picker. But no one's being picked up by the safety car yet. Literally, no one's being picked up. Like, look at the field. This race is going to end behind safety car. Chat, do you think this race is going to end behind safety car or not? Right, so Verstappen didn't hit the barrier. I'd say in about 20 seconds his car's going to be recovered. Hamilton's under investigation for a yellow flag infringement. Maybe he sped into the pits, which is through that sector. This has been a real up and down race. I'm so glad I can share it with you guys. Welcome to all new subscribers. Miller, Aaron, VJ, Tom. Please do subscribe if you're not subscribed already. Please do hit the like button. Let's try and get to 500 likes. If you haven't hit the like button, just smash it right now. Just absolutely obliterate it. Let me know. James says Ferrari blew that by the looks of things. Ooh, I tell you what, safety car's catching, but Gasly and Colapinto. We might get one lap. We might get one lap because safety car's not going to have lights out here. Unless safety car has lights out here. I think safety car could have lights out here, but there's lap cars. There's so many parallels to 2021 in this one. Gabriel Dello saying Lewis and these infringements. Russell can steal the pole. Unless safety car comes in this lap and lights don't go out, otherwise, basically, it's going to be next lap. Lap cars are going to unlap themselves, but that means Gasly and Colapinto need to catch the pack and get past the safety car. And then the safety car can say, right, lights out. Yeah, Max always complains about shifts, to be fair. Unless the gearbox was locked. So lights are on the safety car, as far as I can see. So safety car stays out. So at most, we're going to get one racing lap. Because the second to last racing lap is going to be behind safety car. So we may get one lap. So Gasly is going to catch the snake. So safety car goes now. All lap cars unlap themselves. So I think the track is safe. Yeah, lap cars going, lap cars going, lap cars going. Lap cars unlapping themselves. Now, this is the thing. I think in Abu Dhabi, it couldn't be... You couldn't have lap cars unlapping themselves and safety car running this lap on the same lap. I think that was deemed unsafe. Now, very controversially, if those are the rules and they stick to them, this race is going to finish basically behind safety car, except the safety car will come in at pit entry and there'll be 2 racing corners. So technically it won't, but it'll be seen as a sham. And I've always said this about 2021, is that Hamilton was in an impossible position. But here, because if he boxed, Verstappen wouldn't. But here, he didn't need to box. But then again, it's crazy we're reliving this in real time because we all understand the context in 2021. Would you rather be Hamilton in this position, or would you rather be Hamilton in P2 but Russell's behind you on fresh soft tyres? And you're on your really old hards. There ain't nobody else there on hard tyres. Not nobody. Verstappen giving his gloves to the fans. Surely safety car's going to come in this lap. So if anyone knows, Aston doesn't know, surely safety car's going to give in this lap. Because if safety car doesn't come in this lap, you're going to have a processional lap for the last one when, like, all lap cars have been released. Points mean prizes. I mean, if this was IndyCar, I'd say this is going to all end in a massive crash. Thank you so much for joining, everyone. Thanks for 400 likes. Please, 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 let's get to 500. And please, safety car in this lap. Safety car is in the lap. We're going to have 1 lap. We're going to have 1 lap of racing. Strap in. This could be the most exciting lap of racing that we see all year. Like, this could be generational. There's a lot on the line. Thanks, Karma Jiu-Jitsu. I appreciate it. It's because of your support I got invited to Silverstone yesterday. So thanks to you. Thanks to everyone in chat. Thanks to the mods. And I'll just try and do my bit. So safety car's going to come in here after Stowe where Verstappen crashed. Verstappen playing the Latifi role. There's a lot of what comes around goes around. Safety car boxed, right? Safety car boxed, right? Did the safety car stay out? What has happened here? Why has that safety car not gone in? Why is that Mercedes AMG safety car not got in, which is protecting George Russell? The lights came back on. The Mercedes AMG safety car has not come in, which has basically guaranteed George Russell in the Mercedes AMG a P2. Oh my god. I don't know whether they should just finish it under safety car now. This is the other thing about 2021. Is like, if it had finished under safety car, then Hamilton would have won the championship. But you don't know when you're boxed if it's going to finish under safety car or not. You don't know. And ironically, yeah, it's Lance Stroll. Look, what's Lance Stroll doing? What's Strolly boy doing? Lance Stroll was just too slow. What on earth is this? What on earth is going on? Are they going to finish behind safety car? Snowline coming in. We know this is going to be some good insight. I'm sure glad I didn't waste my time watching that Joker race. F1's an international embarrassment. They couldn't pay me enough to watch this utter nonsense. Rubbish. You can see in, out, in, out. The safety car's doing the hokey cokey there. Max saying this is a fix. Chat, put your reactions in there. This is leaving a sour taste in the mouth. To be fair for Hamilton, it's not like he was going to win. But, again, it's all getting a bit corruptible around the safety car. But then why did Hamilton pit? Safety car in, but you might not be able to overtake till the line. So it's a nonsense. Oh my god, Hamilton dropping back, I think. No, it's done. It's classified. What a nonsense. Yeah, check the betting markets on that one, I think. Betting fixture without a doubt, Max says. Yeah, it's a great win for Charles Leclerc. Let's not take anything away from Leclerc. But... And I don't think they did it. I don't think they raced. They didn't race. Even when the safety car came in, they did not accelerate. And this is going to tarnish an incredible win for Charles Leclerc, I think, because Leclerc's done nothing wrong here. And George Russell is, let's say, divisive. And Hamilton is, let's say, beloved at Silverstone. So this is going to go down not very well. SM3 knew this would happen. Positive thoughts make 2021 look even crazier. So, Bandy, there's someone out there to stop Lewis Hamilton from the 8th World Championship. Yeah, Anthony got that 5-second penalty. Zabani says nonsense. Jojo, this is not the proper way the race should have finished. Safety car opposite way of Abu Dhabi. 2 ways to measure. Max says the winner was the safety car, whoever was betting big on this debacle. But W finished Ferrari. I mean, if you told Ferrari at the beginning of this, I think they would have taken this 100%. By the way, Hamilton will be investigated after the race for yellow flag infringement. But this is the thing about Abu Dhabi. It's like, people say to me, why did Hamilton not pit? I've made a video on this. Why did Hamilton not pit? I say you don't pit Hamilton there because you don't know if it's going to finish behind safety car or not. And here, with 4 laps to go, you just don't know. But then if Hamilton doesn't box, he's the only guy on hard tyres. It's luck of the draw. Honestly, I don't even think it's corrupt. I just think it's luck of the draw here on whether the safe. But something happened. Maybe it was meant to come in. It was meant to come in. I need to know why it didn't come in. At least Hamilton's on the podium. FIA needs to be studied. Gene, I'm happy it's on podium, but it should have been P2. George is waving to the crowd, loving it. I mean, George had a yeah. Chris Russell lucky. He's not lucky every time, but he's lucky here. Toto needs Fred Vasseur to send them an email. Hamilton looks like he's not celebrating in the car. He's not waving to the crowd as he normally does. Sean Moore, this was by the book. Abu Dhabi was supposed to finish like this. We can't have it both ways. Hang on, we can't have it both ways. We can't have it both ways. Which is the right way to finish a race? This or Abu Dhabi? Which is the right way? Elo saying corruption. Say George to Derdepe. I mean, he was dogged. Snowline, if Max doesn't throw in Talbot, I've lost all respect for him. See Martin. Sizek says this is the right way. So what they shouldn't have done is they shouldn't have said safety car coming in this lap. I think it should be the next lap. You can't have the cars unlap themselves and the safety car coming in the same lap. But that's not what happened. That's not what happened. Didn't cars unlap themselves before safety car, a lap before safety car was coming in? Ultimate said this is ridiculous. Hamilton's still not with the helmet off. Welcome for Safan Harsh. Chris Russell was so lucky. Yeah, I mean, look at Russell. He's on 24 lap old mediums. Russell just went to the roulette table. He just put it all on black, basically. Yeah, what happened? What is the actual reason for the safety car not coming in? Ivan Aruns saying F1 did whatever it wanted in 2021. Sim race journey, F1 used to be pinnacle motorsport. Thomas saying Hamilton get 5 seconds. If Hamilton gets a 5-second now as well, Hamilton congratulates Leclerc. Will you congratulate Russell? Russell congratulates Hamilton. Bit of a hug there. But Hamilton, I think, will be processing it. He's been through this. Reggie, the problem with Abu Dhabi wasn't not finishing on a safety car. It was letting Verstappen unlap, but nobody else. In 2021, we know rules were bent. So the question is, were the rules followed here? Joseph, if Hamilton didn't pit... Sure, I'm not sure Hamilton will finish third. We will see. Ultimate says this is ridiculous. Safety car... The lights came out on the safety car, by the way. The safety car had the lights out, even, like, fairly late coming into Stowe Corner. QJ Hawk misses Michael Massey. Hamilton's, like, I think, trying to process it. I think he'll be going back to his core principles of probably like, okay, stuff happens, move on to the next race. That's what you have to do at that elite level, I think. If Hamilton gets 5 seconds from infringement, that'll put him out of the points. Yes, indeed. Ricky saying Hamilton's so dumb. Simrated says how it was meant to be 2021 was wrong. I don't know why it was meant to come. Can someone in chat put a chronology of what happened here? Can someone in chat put a chronology? Like, what lap did Verstappen crash? So it's a 52 lap race. Hamilton now chatting with Leclerc. I mean, in the scheme of things, I think you said Hamilton at the beginning of this, would you start P3 and finish P3? Probably say, well, I don't know. Actually, racing drivers could be a bit funny like that. Lewis knows there's a penalty coming. Yeah, maybe. Why did Hamilton pit? Well, if Hamilton hadn't pitted, Russell would have pitted. So it's important to bear that in mind. George Murray, I've been an F1 fan for a long time, and this maybe sounds a bit silly, but I'm considering stopping. It's all getting ridiculous, not just F1, all sport is getting bad. I mean, there's been a record attendance at Silverstone this weekend. There'll be well over 100,000 people at the circuit. Jensen Button's doing interviews. He'll interview Charles, and then I'll listen in and let you know what's going on. You could say that Ferrari have just mitigated this. Like, Hamilton on soft tyres. Honestly, this could be the best thing Ferrari could have done, because if Hamilton hadn't pitted, he'd have Russell and Norris behind on softs, and if they go racing on the last lap, he might have lost more positions. Whereas here, he was on the same tyres as people behind him. Hamilton could only really get worse as P3. Judge saying this is bad for F1, but Lady Luck, I've just explained it. And Chai spotting Bortoletti rapid here. Redraw is Friday, then the engine's raw, then Saturday he fights for more, but Sunday brings a bitter twist. Hometown win that's barely missed. I think we need your poems every race. Right, let me listen in. So Russell said that his tyres were stone cold, so he was delighted. So maybe again it's just unlucky timing for Hamilton. Maybe it's just unlucky timing for Hamilton.
Keep trying.
Yeah, I think Hamilton's still processing it. Thanks everyone. Thanks Chaya. Okay, but if Lewis doesn't pit, Russell and Norris and Hadjar behind him on soft tyres, and he was on ridiculously old tyres. Like, the only reason Russell, well, not the only reason, but Russell was on mediums because he had to box for his puncture. So if you don't box Hamilton, you may lock in a P2 if it goes to the end, although that's quite a long safety car. But if the safety car ends, you're going to lose more than position. So on balance, it's the least risky thing to do. It's the least risky thing to do to lose one position behind a safety car. But like, you can never lose more than that on the safety car. And if the safety car ends, you're probably going to gain it back. So your best case scenario, your worst case scenario is P3. But if you don't box him, your worst case scenario could be like P5 or 6 or something. So like, I admire how well our host has handled this nonsense because I know I could have done so not even saved my life. Well, I think a bit like Hamilton, I'm trying to process it as the gates open now and the fans stream onto the circuit. They'll be ripping it all down. But yeah, does anyone agree or disagree? Because I'll probably try and make a video after. So, let me know. I also, the context is so interesting as well because sometimes it really matters whether, like, if this is the last race season, there's 2 points championship, it really matters. But at this point at championship, it just doesn't feel like it matters that much. It's clearly massively deflating for Hamilton, though. I think they're replaying the end of the race like they're probably contractually obliged to do, and it's just the cars going in formation.
Keep your head down.
And everyone now wanting a Michael Massey moment. Brundle, eat your words. What was Brundle saying? Welcome, David from Ghana. Yeah. Let me listen to cool down. Hamilton going off camera. He's not interested in the cool down room. He does know that he's got a penalty. Right, I think what I might do is I'm going to make a video just like I normally do after every race, but I think this one's obviously going to centre on this. I think my perspective is, if you run both scenarios, there's only two things Hamilton can do, box or not box. And you can always get unlucky in racing. You can get unlucky by getting a puncture that wasn't your fault. Arguably, George was unlucky. They're trying to get Lewis in the camera, but he's like standing off. He's still like staring at the wall. Will Lewis walk up to podium? Unless Lewis is like, I know I got a penalty, so therefore Lando should go up, because there's like a million Lando fans or 100,000 Lando fans. So unless he's thinking that, but Lewis is acting very unusually.
Focus on the right head.
So yeah, not sure what's going on. And if they do investigate, Formula One will want to do it like well after. They won't want to interrupt the ceremonies because that will look really poor on them. He's mentally playing with the penalty. Did they show any footage? No, I literally don't know what the infringement even is. Rerun the race. Hamilton comes out first to the podium. It's not a joyous podium for Hamilton. I think this is Russell's first podium at Silverstone, maybe. He's been really unlucky here. Charles Leclerc. I'm forgetting, really. I mean, Leclerc is completely unfazed by all this, as he should be. Lewis looks like someone died mid-race. Lewis looks like he's got some really bad news delivered. Scuderia Ferrari update is saying he's P3. Well, he's P3 until investigated otherwise. I mean, the car could be scrutinized, etc. So, yeah, Leclerc was good. I mean, Antonelli faded, Verstappen crashed. I mean, look at Hadjar in P5. It's amazing how everyone basically boxed in that safety car, apart from Kimi, apart from the Mercedes, because they'd actually had really bad luck. I mean, did both Mercedes get a puncture, by the way? It's kind of crazy. Rod saying, yet another fast. Why? Just see if it'll be investigated. Even Google didn't update it. Okay, are we still officially waiting then? Yeah, and Leclerc, it just shows at the top, like Kimi's had some time at the top. George had some time at the top at the beginning. Like George looking so good at the beginning. Hamilton has some time at the top, like it's all coming and changing around. That's a very good point, Dill, which is that what happens if you finish under safety car, should you not take the positions as they were when the safety car happened, was called out? That's a really good point. I might include that in my video. Now Google is submitted as Hamilton P3. I mean, there are lots of infringements that tend to be investigated that don't come to anything. It's not like the start one. Yeah, 20 more likes, hit target, almost at 500. Charles gets a proper trophy, the old school one. Thanks, Rog. Appreciate it. And also gets a winner's medal as well. MBS congratulates Lewis. Has got to sting a little bit. Why was the safety car redeployed? I don't know. I kind of need to find that out before I look. Sounds like the beginning of a joke. Why was the safety car redeployed? Why was the safety car redeployed? Maybe just a mistake. Welcome, McGurkin. Yeah, that was an insane race. Hamilton sprays Charles Leclerc. There'll be photos. Right, I think I have to record a video to try and get this all like summarized. So good to have you back, Snowline. Blacker. At one point, there were 2 safety cars. I think that this is which one was going to pick up the leader. Or it says SC2. Right, chat. I'm going to have to end this stream because my brain is just like I've got to work out what I'm going to say here. George Russell and Charlotte so happy. Lewis is gone. Lewis is gone, by the way. Lewis is not in the Ferrari photo. Right, everyone, I'm going to leave it there. Maybe we'll even do a live stream like tomorrow, trying to chat about it when we have more information. So if you want to see me there, hopefully I will. Feel free to subscribe. I may be doing motorbike commentary again next weekend. We will see. And maybe at Goodwood as well. It'd be good to go live at Goodwood. I imagine signal's pretty bad. Right, make sure you watch my video that I'm going to post right now. It'll be on Formula Fan TV, but I'll collaborate with it on the main channel. So please see what I'm going to say and let me know your honest thoughts there. And thanks for watching. It's been very crazy and chaotic.